What's going on, guys? It's Kyle with DTOM Knives and Gear. Today, long overdue video. A lot of you guys have already seen 3 Knives for Life, kind of an open tag, and I don't even remember where it started. All I know is that people have asked me, of course, Jake, Chris, Kevin. I think Jake has done this. I know Chris and Kevin have. The 3 Knives for Life open tag. I'm finally ready to kind of do it, even though not really. Because as knife enthusiasts, knife collectors alike, we like our knives. We don't just have one favorite. So this is hard. And, you know, with an open tag, there are certain ways that people do it, right? You know, like with the 3 Knives for Life, it was 3 knives. If there was a fire in the house, which are the first 3 knives that you would pick? Then others go a little, other people went a little deeper than that. For me, it is basically just my favorite knives. You know, knives that, as of this moment, I could not see myself without. And there's actually quite a few knives that are like that. And so I couldn't do it. I really sat down to pick 3 was a challenge. And there's a lot of knives that I could put into this category, right? But there are really 4 knives in my collection that I will never sell. And there is no doubt about that I will never sell. And that's kind of how I pick it. 3 Knives for Life. Well, there's 3 knives that I want to keep with me forever. Not a possibility of selling. Or if I was to lose one, that I would quickly turn around and try to find another one to purchase. Well, I've got them, but it's not 3. There's 4. People are going to give me shit about that. It's like, that's not what the tag was. Well, fuck it. It's an open tag, and it's my channel. I can do what the fuck I want. So people are going to be like, hey, you're not following the rules. So be it. You're right. I'm not. But these are the 4 knives that I can. And a lot of you guys already know what they are because I talk about these knives a lot. One you might not. But one of the knives that I talk about a lot, being one of my favorite knives in the collection, is the Leon Mah Field Duty. This knife, sorry if you hear kids in the background. It's the weekend and they're all home and they're all loud. The Leon Mah Field Duty, as far as design and execution by Riot, is really second to none. This knife is the knife that I pull all knives to as a standard of detent and action. It really is top of the line for me as far as that goes. I love this design. I love the materials used, you know, titanium, carbon fiber, M390, ceramic detent ball or ceramic ball for the pocket clip. This is just an excellent knife. Very, very fun to carry and to play with, you know, all the time. It's a bigger knife. Of course, you guys know me. I'm a big knife guy. I'm promised they're not killing him. He's just a whiny little baby. If you hear him. But is absolutely a knife that functionally works for me as far as ergonomically, the blade and its functionality, the length of the blade. I like the bigger stuff. But hands down, the reason that this knife is one of my top knives is because the detent on the open and the closing action. You'll notice that is a thing with me, because if it's doesn't have those things, then it's not, I don't carry it as much. It is really that important to me. Maybe even more so than cutting, because I use my knives, all of them cut. Some of them just cut better than others, but it actually isn't the thing that keeps the knife around for me. It's those things. And it's, you know, everybody is different. Some people are like, that's crazy. It's got to cut and it's got to slice really well. That's fine. That's awesome. And people that are like that would choose different knives than me, even though almost all of these on the table that I'm going to show you are very nice cutters. It's just not the reason that I pick them. So the Leon Mah Field Duty absolutely is one of my favorite knives, and is one of the ones that I would grab for 3 Knives for Life. Except for this one's 4 knives. The other one is, and this is not any particular order as far as the one I like the most versus the least. I'm just kind of grabbing them here. The other one, which you guys already know as well, is the Custom Knife Factory oh, I said fifth. I've been talking about my fifth 23 and how much I miss it. But this is the Evo 2.0. This one is the black and tie with the hand-rubbed satin M390 blade, the Timascus clip, Zerk backspacer, kind of, you know, just the kind of the dressy one. And I had the Evo 1.0, or the original Evo, which is the little bit bigger one. And I actually have on pre-order right now the 3.0. This knife, as far as ergonomics and aesthetics, I like the best, really. I really just dig the way this thing looks. John Sorensen, as the designer of this knife, hit it out of the park. And then the execution from Custom Knife Factory, however they do it. Some people say they get their stuff made by Riyat, come in and they assemble it. I don't know how it works. All I know is it's a Custom Knife Factory collaboration with John Sorensen, and they hit it out of the park. These things are absolutely some of the best knives on the market, in my opinion. You'll notice that every single one of these knives that I pull up have a finger troll. It is my thing, and they are all hole deployment. That is also my thing. So the actual design features, the execution of all of these knives is why I've picked them. This one is absolutely just sexy. I love this design. Hollow grind, absolutely just amazing. You guys already know how much I love this knife. And yes, it is one of the ones that I would pull if I had to get rid of all of my knives, except for 4. This would have to be one. Now, I kind of left these two for last because I kind of wanted to address something. Those two knives are produced out of America, okay? Riyat, Chinese manufacturer. This is a Russia company, Custom Knife Factory. Now, I always want to iterate that I want to buy American first, okay? But in the knife community, you have a lot of options, but there's just no denying that some are better than others, especially when it comes to Riyat, even though I am not a fan of China. I do not like China. In the least. They're commie bastards. And a lot of people give me shit, especially with the channel called DTOM Knives and Gear, standing for Don't Tread on Me. A very big patriot here. They give me shit about, you know, having Chinese-made knives. I totally get it. I really totally get it. Having a channel, it's a little bit different because I do want to take in a bunch of different designs of knives. And, you know, if I just did American-made manufacturers, then I would not have as much content. That is for sure. But I always want to buy American first. And the last two knives are example of a high-end production knife and a custom knife. So the high-end production knife made in America by a good company, a wonderful person, by Bill Koenig himself, the Koenig Arius. This knife, if you haven't heard of the Koenig Arius, you haven't been in the what am I trying to say? The community, I guess, as a whole for a while. This is a very, very popular knife. And yes, it is an expensive knife. But as far as production knives go in America, top of the line. It's just all there is to it. This one in particular is the Flipper Delete. The original design is a flipper, but doesn't have a finger troll. Obviously, I chose the one that has the finger troll because for me, ergonomically, it just works way better for me. And then, of course, the action on the Koenig Arius, second to none as well. Now, I will say, really, if I'm being honest, that the action on the Field Duty is a tad bit better than the Koenig Arius, depending on what you like as far as fall shut action and whatnot. But they're damn close. This is absolutely the most perfect knife as far as an American-made blade right now, in my opinion. They just are absolutely 100% excellently made. The design is perfect, in my opinion. I mean, it's got the perfect size. It's just really good, and I cannot see myself going without the Koenig Arius. Just can't happen. This will definitely be one that I will grab. The other one, high-end production, American-made. The other one's custom. There's so many custom makers out there in America right now, but custom knives come at a very steep price point because they are all handmade, most of them anyways. And, you know, the first one that I have ever owned is this guy, which is the Sean O'Connell LBXL. It is a totally different experience when you're talking about a full custom knife, and especially a full custom knife made in the great US of A. Sean O'Connell, he actually just got through winning some awards at a knife show out in California. I know he's going to be at a few other knife shows. Congratulations, sir. You have earned that 100%. I do have another knife that's commissioned by him to make that I am waiting on. He's been really busy. Of course, he's got these knife shows, and he was up front with me and said, hey, I got a lot of knife shows coming up. So those knives are on the the forefront of what I'm doing, and before I get to yours. And I was like, that's fine. This guy I absolutely love. Now, this one is also a behemoth. It is a very big knife. And as far as these knives are concerned, all of them work well for me for EDC because I don't mind bearing it. This one is the big bruiser. The one that I just know is not going to break ever. Because of the beefiness of the blade, still has a very excellent hollow grind that comes down pretty thin to just cut whatever I want. But just solid knife. This would be my bruiser of a knife, shit hit the fan, that I knew I had something on me that would be able to take the beating. This one would definitely be it. It also has multiple opening mechanisms as far as, the thumb hole. This one actually works really well with the thumb. The pill shape seems to work better for me than the hole like on the Leon Mah. I can't get the thumb flick action on these as well as I can this pill-shaped hole. It's just a beast. It's beautiful. It's all handmade, and so this one I cannot see myself going without. And then, of course, I have another one on the way, which might take the place of this one in this lineup, but we shall see. I cannot wait for that to happen. So, anyways, I know I broke the rules for the 3, but I don't care. These are the 4 knives that I know that I will never be able to go without. These knives are forever for me. Now, the 3.0 might work better than this the 2.0. And if that's the case, then I might not keep both. I might just keep one of those. We'll have to see. Those knives won't be here till August of next year, supposedly. So it's going to be a while before I find that out. So, yeah, that's it. In the comments, blast me. Just blast me. I know 3 knives for life just wasn't cutting it for me. And so, I love you all. As always, fuck you, YouTube and Google. And stay safe in this crazy world that we are living in. And we will see you in the next one.